If it wasn't music, I'd rather be dead. If they okay, well, at least he's passionate about what he does. I mean, that's the way you want to be if you want to do something that you're that passionate about.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris.
I'm Brett.
And we're back with another Pastor Reacts video. So you're the seasoned pastor.
Seasoned pastor.
I'm
That's
the
what you
youth
get
guy
from me.
stuff.
Youth guy, not seasoned at all.
No, I like seasoning.
Still,
but
green.
yeah, so we're still going through the NF journey, and so some of you have recommended some things. And so Intro 2 is up. This is the beginning.
Intro 2, which is kind of a funny name. So
It's the
you
second
said
intro.
this was kind of a popular one. I mean,
Yes.
like a popular song.
Some people on the video commented that this is their favorite NF song.
Really? Okay.
That might have been before the new album came out.
Okay, so
But they like this one.
so my reaction should be I'm all for it because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Right. You
Okay.
will love this so much.
I will love it.
But one of the things, so this is the intro to his second album,
Okay.
Therapy Session.
Okay.
And so we'll probably do that one next. So that one's a little bit rougher. So Therapy Session,
Well, I look forward to that.
This
then.
album is kind of him, because the first one was Mansion, like talking about like dealing with his
Okay.
struggles and all that stuff. And so we're going to kind of continue that with Therapy Session.
All right.
So jump into Intro 2 by NF. Hope you love it.
See, and got that intro.
Intro
that little, he does that a lot. The little slow lead up. Ooh, I like the choir thing in the back.
Oh, and then on the walls are a lot of the titles of the songs throughout this album.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Intro. So yeah,
I really like the
yet,
song.
but yeah, but like that's one of the things that he does well. Like he builds this, like it's creepy. It's like this
Yeah, it
kind
is,
of
yeah.
like in a lot of his videos, it's kind of this grungy. And you've seen like some of his older stuff,
Yeah.
and like even some of the newer stuff, like not from the Hope album, but the other stuff. It's kind of this grungy, like the gradient on it is very dark and all this stuff. I mean, this looks like something out of a
No, I
horror
love
film.
the band. Yeah, I do. And it's very common for him to do the sort of orchestral kind of slow build.
Yeah, and if you remember Intro 1, he was wrapped in caution tape, and now it's all wrapped around. the
Oh
house.
yeah, that was
So-
okay. Yeah.
So
I
he
needed the
ties
reminder,
a
though.
lot of his stuff
Not gonna
ties
lie.
together. So
It's a cool.
Back then anyone miss me? They said the second record can be tricky. Well, that's kinda funny, cause I am not tripping. My fans, they know what it is and they with me. Yeah, I ain't the type that's gonna ride with the semi. I came from a town with 3 lights in no city. Out there doing shows for nothing but pennies. When I leave the stage, they never forgive me. Mention was a glimpse of my life. I'll let you see what it's like to be in my head. People ask me what I think I'd be doing if it was in music. I'd rather be dead. You heard what I said? That was like me at a 3.
If it wasn't music, I'd rather be dead. If they okay, well, at least he's passionate about what he does. I mean, that's the way you want to be if you want to do something that you're that passionate about. So that's
yeah, and when he talked about his fans, he said my fans are with me, and so he like that with that first album, he kind of solidified himself of like, hey, I'm going to talk about the real stuff. He's like, you were got in my head, and if you like that, like you're with me, like you're like they want.
yeah. I
they
gave you a
want
glimpse
more
into my life, and
Yeah.
if you can relate to that, great. If not, then
Yeah, and he's passionate. Yeah, you heard. I'd rather be dead.
Yeah.
You heard what I said. That rhymed. But and
I
again,
appreciate you pointing that out.
he's
Yeah.
wearing black. Like this
Yeah.
is kind of the
Sure, yeah.
the dark NF that you get to see transform.
Said, that was like me at a 3. You don't want to see me at 10, or maybe you do. I promise if that is the case, and that is what you're gonna looking for music with watered down lyrics, I promise that you need to go somewhere else. And if you want somebody to tell you everything that you want to hear, I won't be any help. This flow's familiar. I think I heard it before. Yeah, I made it myself. I left the door open to come in my mansion, but I never said it's a beautiful house.
There's so many good lines in there because he talks about. Let's see. He said, if you want somebody to tell you everything that you want to hear, he's like, it's not going to be me. I'm not going to tell
No,
you.
I did like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it made me think about that by extension. That if people really buy into that, that's good. But sometimes people say they're into that and aren't. You know,
And,
if
wait,
someone actually tells them what they truly don't want to hear, that
oh, yeah.
they would be offended.
And this is where he's kind of starting to develop. I don't think the NF Real brand was a part of him yet, but like he's
Right.
this was kind of setting him apart from other rappers because he did rap about feelings and rap about kind of some of the harder things in life. And he's like, if you want to hear things that you like, do you want me to tell you something? It's like, I'm not going to tell
Now,
you.
for me, on a musical level, I kind of like that this one's a little more hard edge. I mean,
Oh, yeah?
it's I guess it's hard rock in a rap form. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that's called, but it's more aggressive and kind of edgier,
Oh,
which I think is a good thing.
guitars.
This flow's familiar. I think I heard it before. Yeah, I made it myself. I left the door open to come in my mansion, but I never said it's a beautiful house. Some of y'all sat on the porch, looked at my windows and stared at my door. They asked me if I'm gonna kill it, this record. I laugh in their face and I ask them, do you see the blood on the floor? He said it again, and if it's crazy.
So his earlier stuff, it's kind of like some violent imagery.
Yeah,
So it's
that's like
because the intro one ends with is like I murdered this beat or something. The best thing I can do is pay for its funeral or something when I murder a beat. And so yeah, he's like there's blood on the floors because I'm murdering this track or whatever. I don't know. I never understood that language. I'm gonna murder this track. Like I mean, it means you're gonna do really good at it, but I don't know why. But he's like, yeah, I'm gonna murder this.
we've said bad is good for a long time. even
Blood on
since
the
I was a kid.
floors.
Blood on the floor. He said it again, and if it's crazy, he's bad for the kids. He never talks about nothing but him. My friend say he's kind of a diva. You need to get some new friends.
Sorry. He never talks about anything but him. Well, this is true. I mean,
Yeah.
I got a kick out of that because it is true, but which is fine. That's his shtick. So
Yeah, and my
so he's
friend-
kind of diva.
He's
I don't
kind of
know
a
if he's
diva. Yeah. And so this is you're starting to see kind of his inner turmoil because with the first album with the Mansions, like he talks about the fear and like that struggle and stuff, but there's a lot of like he needs acceptance from people in these albums. And so it's like if somebody says something negative about him, like he's going to sing about it. He's like, oh yeah, you say I'm kind of a diva. I talk nothing about myself. Like
Yeah, it does seem like there's a lot of response. I always see that pattern that's there. He's yelling at somebody out there that's not happy with him.
Yeah, and he'll take he listens to his critics almost in a negative way because you're supposed to listen to your critics and kind of improve on that, but it's
Right.
like listens to him and like takes it all in and is like, oh, and that's kind of where some of his depression and anxiety started. Of like he has OCD too. He talks about that in some of his interviews.
I was wondering if he's ever talked about being diagnosed with anything like bipolar or something like that. Is that a thing?
Not bipolar, but
yeah.
OCD because he
definitely. Okay.
well, and like the way he talks about like I'm gonna make music, I'm gonna do this, I'm up till the wee hours of the night, like I'm grinding and all this stuff, and so he talks about nothing but him, but it's like because he's got this inner turmoil that he wrestles with, and so he has this anxiety and OCD about him that he like if somebody says something negative, he's got to prove them wrong pretty much.
Oh, okay.
So-
That would be a hard way to live after a while.
Yeah.
About nothing but him. My friend say he's kind of a diva. You need to get some new friends. I'm as shit as he gets. Till I get on the stage and flip on the switch. And I go to a place where nobody is. If you bring up my name in a song, there's something that you will regret. When the lightning hit. I remember the shows when no one was there. I remember the shows when nobody cared. Some people in front of me laughing like he isn't going nowhere. It's funny now, isn't it?
So I mean, you see like his progression of being a better artist. Like I like that he's like, yeah, I did these shows, nobody came, 10 people in the front laughing at me, but he's like, but now I'm
so that's where the little chip on his shoulder in a not a prideful way, but just kind of a more confident way. He's saying, I do, and I appreciate that. That's what we were talking earlier about how there are no overnight successes. Anybody you think wasn't because they did shows you didn't know about them until after they were performing. So he would remember stuff like that where nobody came, no one cared, and they all just kind of made fun of him. So he would have a little bit more swagger now.
Jars of Clay.
Except Jars of Clay.
Remember the song Flood?
Uh-huh.
They like wrote that for a talent show or something, and then they weren't a band, they weren't anything. They wrote that, it like became an overnight success.
Oh, where we are, yeah, and where we are in Evansville, Indiana, they came to Evansville, Indiana, and played in a party house at a university. And the very next year, they were Jars of Clay. I mean, they were the big crowd, big seller thing.
Yeah, but it kind of that song like took off.
Oh yeah,
so
right after that. But
yeah,
they were playing for nobody at a local university.
Oh well, I didn't know that. I heard a different story.
Well, you got to trust me, Chris.
We'll hear the truth next week.
Both can be true at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. Can it? Because they had to work. You said like
Yeah,
nobody's
I'm saying
overnight
that
success.
they
said
were invited to be at a place. This has nothing to do with it.
Yes. Sorry. Okay. We're fighting
we'll
over
bring that in
old
next
Christian
time.
music. Okay. All right. So here.
That you will regret. When the lightning hit. I remember the shows when no one was there. I remember the shows when nobody cared. Some people in front of me laughing like he isn't going nowhere. It's funny now, isn't it? This type of life isn't how I envisioned it. This type of life, it just ain't how I pictured it. I'm in the back of the tour bus trying to face to my family is different than what you think it is. Write a review, tell me what you think it is. Give me 3 stars and call me an idiot. But to be honest, it don't make a difference. I know some people don't get it, but you have no into the therapy session. If you don't like music that's personal, I have no clue what your people are doing. And might as well throw out the record. I pull up a chair, I track to my music like nobody's there. Only person I judge is the one in the mirror. And lady, he ain't doing well.
the imagery, like, because it does that fast movement. I mean, it's like a horror movie. Like, I mean, it's just kind of that creepy.
It's
like,
shot really well. I like the
moves
style of the song.
really
It's just- I'm
fast.
getting a kick out of the lyrics, though.
only person I judge is the
So
one.
I've come a long way. I'm actually paying attention to the lyrics.
There you go. Only person I judge is the one in the mirror. Is that true though? Because he just said like all this stuff about. He's like,
All those people that are making fun of you, you're
Yeah.
judging somebody.
Yeah, I mean, he said, yeah, you mentioned my name in a track, you're gonna regret it. Like I'm gonna come after you. So I'm like, but the only person I judge is the one in the mirror. Like I don't know if that lines up with the other things he said.
It
but-
may not. Yeah, that's okay.
in the mirror. And lady, you ain't doing well. I don't need y'all in my ear. I'm tired of hearing it. You call it music, I call it my therapist. See people telling me I have been carrying way too much baggage, I need to take care of it. I know she's right, but man, it's embarrassing. Music has raised me more than my parents did. Take out a picture of us and I stare at it.
Oh, music has raised me more than my parents did.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
I
he
missed it.
Oh, but I mean, and that the strings in there, like the kind of it's building. But he's talking about like he's going to these therapy sessions. He's talking to his therapist, and she's like, "You've got a lot of baggage. You need to take care of it." And he's like,
We're watching him take care of it. He's running around this deserted house, freaking out and
Punching
being mad
things.
and yelling at everybody. Yeah,
So-
well, good for him. It's a good outlet. It's better than being violent.
"Yeah, but it's." He struggles with this a lot, and it's like, and
Right.
I think a lot of people do. Like we have these things, these burdens that we carry, and we don't really know how to get rid of them. And we talk to therapists, we talk to other people, but
Yeah.
like it doesn't. And that's why pastors react. Like Jesus is the answer to that. Like it's not just like we can't really fix our own problems on our own as much as we want to, right? I mean, not that therapy's bad. Like I mean, there's a lot of good therapists out there and all that, but I think when we just rely on outward things to fix our problems, it's not going to work. Like we have to like take care. Like Jesus talks about carrying our burdens. He's like, I'll take care. I did take care of it, and so like turning that over to him is tough. And I think that's why I liked this last album that he did, the Hope album, because you kind of see like, okay, he's finally coming out of this after a long time. But music raised me more than my parents did. That's a tough line.
Yeah, it really
Because-
is. It's pretty heavy. Kind of more insight of why he's got issues. Yeah.
Much baggage, I need to take care of it. I know she's right, but man, it's embarrassing. Music has raised me more than my parents did. Take out a picture of us and I stare at it. Who am I kidding? You probably ain't hearing it. Show me an artist you wanna compare me with. You put us both on the track, I'ma bury him. Give me the shovel, it's about to get scarier. None of you wanted with rap, you staring at. I see you got beats, but where are the lyrics? And if it's the logo, you know I've been wearing that. Don't come to my show and be sitting there very bad. I call you out in the crowd like there he is. Thought I'd be happy, it feels like I'm cursed. It's hard to be clean when you play in the dirt. You gave me this place to go when I'm hurting. I thought it'd get better, but it's getting worse. And I got nobody to blame when I work. Like 24/7, I ain't been to church. And Satan keep calling me, he tryna flirt. I hang up the phone, these are more than just words. I drive on that.
Yeah, my reaction is, oh, that was, and he did admit not to go to church. Maybe if he did, he wouldn't have all the anger. No, I'm kidding. Seven keep calling, trying to flirt. Yeah, is awareness. So he's got awareness that there's a spiritual battle going in all this, and I would be very curious about his actual church walk and experience. It would be kind of. You ever seen? Is there interviews? Comment in the section. Like, if there are interviews that you've seen, or places where he tells the story kind of more straightforward than.
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't
It would be
watched
interesting
any
to see his
because I think he
biographical
did a
information. I'd
few
be curious
recently.
about that. Yeah.
But yeah, and that it's that slippery slope, right? Of like, okay, to him, music is his therapy, and so he's writing more music, but that keeps him out of church. That keeps him out of like it keeps him in his headspace because he's wanting to write this real music and that kind of stuff to deal with these things. But then he's like, Satan keep calling me, trying to flirt. Like it's like the more I do this thing that I think is helping me, it's actually hurting me because I'm not doing other things that will help me in that process.
And you really do, having struggled with depression myself, you have to have outside input. You've got to get something beyond your own head. You've got to have input that would take you to different places than you would naturally go yourself. That's what a therapist is supposed to be, but sometimes you just need that from friends or family, church people. That's why church community is so important.
That's good.
He tryna flirt. I hang up the phone, these are more than just words. I drive on the highway and listen to mansion. I look up to God like, when did this happen? Yelling with all of my fans to wake up. I feel like I haven't. I get emotional, I didn't plan this. I'm doing things I never imagined. I'm sorry, but I gotta leave. I don't wanna be late for my therapy session.
Digging.
There you go, digging the hole. Yeah.
So hey, you made a video though about anxiety that you can,
I did, yeah. We
you
would
wanna
like
check
to
that
reference you to that because I've been through a lot of that myself, and I've watched a lot of people go through it, and that is one of the principles. You need outside input.
Yeah.
As a as a matter of law almost.
So get ready for next time. We'll dive into therapy session because it's
All right, here we
it's
come.
rough.
Yeah,
There's a
that's
parental
right.
advisory on the video. So
Great.
not for his language, but just for the content of the
Okay.
video. So
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So we'll check that out next week.
All
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
We just make them. I don't know when these get posted.
That's
So-
right.
All right. Thanks for
Thanks
joining
for
us.
joining us. Yeah, thank you.
See ya.